Hey everyone, welcome back to another PNSO review. Today we're taking a look at one of their minifigures, the Liaoceratops. Now it's been quite a while since I've reviewed any PNSO figures on the channel, and that's because after totally killing us with a ton of figures from the beginning of last year to the middle, I think around like July or so, they oddly went quiet, and that's because of the hiatus the company went through. And they had all these models already produced and through the prototype stages, so they just probably want to just get those older products that have been sitting there for a while out into the market. But I'm sure they have a lot of new stuff planned for us, and that stuff should be out hopefully sometime this year. So getting back to this Liaoceratops, this is part of their minifigure collection. They have 48 figures in their minifigure collection. This figure is number 30 out of the 48. I end up getting this figure off of Amazon. They usually sell most of their minifigures on Amazon for around $7.99 each, which isn't a bad price. But they also have a box set that has all 48 figures in it. Now, every time I've checked the price of that box set, it's always been around the $200 mark, but that's not a bad price if you want to get all 48 figures at once. But I did notice the other day when I was ordering this figure that the box set on Amazon was on sale for 99 bucks, which is a heck of a deal. That means you can get, that comes out to just over $2 a figure if you want to get all 48 at once. I was very tempted to get that box set, but I kind of splurged on some other figures. So hopefully when I have the funds again, I may jump on that box set if it's still going for $100. So let's go over the packaging quick before we crack open this little dinosaur. Just like all PNSO's other figures, they always like to give their dinosaurs a cute name. This Liaoceratops has been nicknamed Hee Hee. It comes in a nice clam-style packaging, which you'll need a knife to cut it out of here. You have a nice little background in the back of the packaging right there, which actually unfolds into a little mini poster. And just turn it around, you just have some writing in Chinese and stuff. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let me just get my knife out and crack this little figure open. And here is Hee Hee, the packaging. As you can see, this is a very, very small figure, but it packs a ton of detail in such a small package. Some of the other PNSO minifigures have such great detail on it. It's amazing how much detail you can get on such a small figure. PNSO does a great job with these minifigures. Liaoceratops is a very small Neoceratopsian from the early Cretaceous of China, about 126 million years ago. Now, a lot is not known of what this animal looked like. The holotype is from the skull of an adult, and the only other material known are two incomplete skulls from juveniles. So this body reconstruction is most likely based off better known members of its family like Koreaceratops and Archaeoceratops. So since we're talking about size, let's do a couple quick measurements on this little figure right here. This figure is about 3 inches long from the tip of the tail to the tip of the beak, and about 1¼ inches tall to the top of that very tiny frill on top of its head. So when I was researching this figure, I really couldn't find anywhere that gave me an exact size of this animal. Like any page I looked on didn't give me a length. So the adult holotype skull is about 6 inches long. So I measured this skull in this little figure, and it came to about 5/8 of an inch. So that would put this figure somewhere in the 110 scale range. The only other like size measurement I saw that they estimate that this animal weighed about 7 pounds. So this figure, I mean, this animal in real life would probably be the size of a cat. So let's pull this figure in a little closer. You can see that it is mounted on the base. It's in a standard walking pose on those long hind legs, and the overall coloration is a beige color. You have some white underneath the stomach and along the tail. You got some black markings and stripes along the sides right here and back, with a couple white spotted highlights along the tail. And then going up to that really nicely sculpted head, you can see the very small frill, and that is highlighted by these bright blue stripes. I do love bright colors on my dinosaur figures. And then going to the eye right here, you can see the eye is painted in green with a black pupil. There's a little bit of a yellow color coming underneath that eye. I think that's just the base plastic coloration bleeding through. And if you look at this side of the head right here, you can see the eye is completely green with a black pupil, but a lot of nice detail on this figure. You can see the nostrils are clearly sculpted in, a lot of nice fine scale detail all over the body. Just a really well done figure for being so small. You can see the base is even well sculpted. You have some nice rocks sculpted in there. The arms are also beautifully sculpted. Yeah, the scales do look a little big when you have it zoomed in close like that, but it's pretty good scale detail considering the size of this figure. And then going down to the hind legs, you can see the feet are nicely sculpted, and a little bit of that brown paint from the base is bleeding onto the feet. Gives it that dirty look, like this figure is walking through mud. But all in all, just a really, really nice figure. I love all the detail on the frill right here. Let me focus in on that. There we go. Very, very well done figure. I like hunting down like obscure dinosaur species figures, and when I saw this on Amazon, I knew I couldn't pass it up. Very, very happy to add this to my collection. All right, let's move on with some comparisons. Here it is with a human figure. This is John Hammond from the Mattel Jurassic World line. This is a 3 3/4 inch figure. And here it is with a couple of PNSO's other minifigures. I do not own a lot of their minifigures yet. Like I said, I might splurge and get that box set for $100 if it's still around at the time I decide to get it. This is their mini Spinops and Chasmosaurus. And here it is with the Safari LTD Psittacosaurus. I always say the Psittacosaurus is probably one of their most underrated figures from their amazing 2017 lineup. So this comparison right here gives you a good example of how the ceratopsian, like evolutionary line, divided. Liaoceratops are Neoceratopsians, and those eventually evolved into the larger species like Triceratops, and Psittacosaurus is part of the family Psittacosaurinae, and these evolved into more bipedal parrotbeak species of dinosaur. Pretty cool to have these two figures displayed together. And speaking of the larger species, here it is with the PNSO Triceratops. And here's another PNSO Ceratopsian. Here it is with their larger Spinops. And I got a couple other larger Ceratopsian figures I'll just throw next to it quick. Here's the Papo Pentaceratops, the Safari LTD Ionosaurus, and probably one of my favorite Ceratopsian figures ever made, the Safari LTD Pseudoceratops, which is a damn shame that they decided to retire this fantastic, fantastic looking figure. All right, final thoughts on this little figure. I really like this Liaoceratops. Even though it is a tiny figure, it has a lot of great detail. The paintwork is great on it, and like I said, it's a very, very small species of dinosaur, so it's only fitting that this figure is sculpted in a mini size. It looks really cool next to the larger Ceratopsian models. I love the blue highlights on the frill right there. And like I said earlier, I got this figure off of Amazon. They sell most of their minifigures for $7.99, which is a good price. And if you just want to go crazy, go grab that 48 figure box set that is on sale for $100 right now. I have no idea how long that's going to be that price, but like I said, that is a heck of a deal. So that will do it for the review. As always, if you're liking the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously, and it's greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.